This documentary is an initiative of Crea Contemporary Expression. It's a cultural center of Vitoria in the Basque country, and they asked to 3 directors that make something like a diary in 4 days, a diary that about the experience in the city. I never was in Vitoria, so I don't know what can I do. And asking to my friend, I say, I don't know what can I do. And he told me about the band, about Cicatriz, that means scar in English. And I don't have nothing to do, nothing. And I say, okay, I make something. I make the documentary about Cicatriz because for me it was okay, Cicatriz or another things, but I want to start to do something, to start a documentary. So I didn't know anything about the band. I only read a little articles in a book, and I start to walk in the city, and I didn't know anyone, and I start to ask. I go to the bars and take a beer and ask to the owner of the bar and says if they know someone that lives in the moments of big splendor of the band. And he told me, okay, wait, and when someone's come, I tell you. And this is my way of work in these 4 days. I was asking the people. I was very lucky because I find an ex-bassist of the group and another people that they start to tell me things about the band, but finally we were talking about the spirit that not exactly the spirit of the 80s in Spain or in Vitoria. I start to do the things like that. I don't really too much the music. I don't really this music, this punk. I don't really like, but I like the songs. I love the songs, but I was thinking that it's a way for start the interviews. They reading the book, reading the songs, because I love the songs. For put images of the band, you can see in YouTube or in Wikipedia. I think that I can talk about the things that the people not know too much. About the ambience. I don't know to tell the story about the band because the story about the band is a pretext, but yes, the movie is a story about the band, but I think that is something more. I want to tell one story, the story about memory, but I discovered in that moment, because I don't have any script, but I don't want to find a script. I don't want to make a script. I want to arrive with anything and live the experience and trying to find a story there. And I found the story of memories, because the first guy that I meet starts to tell me about the band, but he starts to but the memory, the moments that not exist now. And he told me about the first guy, about very excited, and I started maybe I can make a documentary about the memory, but I can find another people that they are not excited. How do you say? When I find the last woman, Lola, she says in Spanish. The last sentence that they say la ilusión que teníamos the illusions that we were when we were young, we separate of the reality. This point for me, it's a vision for distance of that memory, and when I was making the documentary, not before, when I was making the documentary, I tried that. To talk about memory, because the first guy told me about memory, and I start to think and find and as well, because I don't know anyone to talk about the memory, but most separately, because the last woman, Lola, it was a boom. This girl, Lola, has a very popular song in the Basque country, maybe in Spain as well. That Lola, why are you alone? She drinks, she smokes a lot, and for her was a very difficult time. And when I found her, I discovered a woman that very critic with that time, but at the same time she don't want to talk too much, and I thought that maybe it's good to respect her secrets. It's better, because when you make documentaries, maybe one time you can it's better to keep secrets, not know not know all the things. Principally because she don't want. This is for this because I like the lyrics, because the lyrics say something like naive, and as well about that was about an epoch that not exist. It's something in the documentary all the time they are talking about the spirits that not exist. So not they are all the people from the band, or almost all the people are dead. A lot of places for they play the gigs not exist. So maybe another way is not the music, just simple, only leave only we have the words.